The film starts with three students playing football. We meet Joakim, he is studying international studies plus cultural encounters, Sofia studying business administration, and Kim studying international studies plus business studies. We cut to an interview setting with them in the student house and then in the Rook library.
The first few semesters we were talking about problems from like all over the world, and people were represented from all over the world. Every time we were talking about something, people had like an experience with it.
I feel like the social environment at Roskilde University is so like welcoming. It wants you to be here.
And being able to have that bachelor degree in my back of my mind eases my stress levels out.
Blue frame with white text reading International Bachelor in Social Sciences, Business Studies, International Politics, Global Development, Economics.
I remember when I applied, I was a little bit afraid that I was going too much in one direction, but being able to like pair it with whatever I wanted was like quite reassuring.
We're all going into different things. So I'm doing business admin, you're doing cultural, you're doing more political stuff. It's just you fixing, like combining it with so many things.
Yeah, with your interests as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, for me personally, it's more about like it tackles so many issues. You know, going from political, economics. There's even one called planning, spaces, and resources, talking about how architecture kind of affects our society. You know, and then going into like business administration with the financing and accounting.
And even though you go completely different directions, you continue to spar with each other about like, hey, what's your bachelor project about? It's kind of cool.
Your professors are always there. They always said, oh, if you need help, this is my email.
But also just like the projects in general, you spend 400 hours doing something and there's a supervisor and a professor involved and like you get to know them that way. For me, it's like a toolbox that you take all of these courses and then you have a project that where you can, it's a project where you can do whatever you want.
Everyone deals with politics, economics, the whole, shenanigans, and I'm really interested in that sort of things. And my dad personally works in China. It's a whole different culture, and I've also grew up there.
Footage from a Chinese city with skyscrapers and a large river.
I can use the theory I use with both politics and economics. There's also IPE, it's an international political economy. And so, it makes it so aligned with each other. And I think that's just the uniqueness of how Rook's courses are.
Blue frame with the white text reading, what is student life like?
I feel like the campus in general is quite organic because there are so many different buildings with different purposes. So people are going in and out at different times, so there's always stuff happening. And then there's like the big canteen in the middle, which is like the heart of the campus. And on the one side, there's a lot of learning going on the other side, there's a lot of fun going on.
Yeah, I feel like the social environment at Roskilde University is so like welcoming, and it's so like it wants you to be here. I feel like I know so many people who one of the main things is the social environment here. I'm here all the time. Some people think I live on campus because I spend so much time here.
And it also feels like both the bar but also the rooms put you on the same level as the professors. Because when you book a room, you're set in a room that's almost one-to-one their office. They have a bit more books, but that's about the only difference.
We are studying an international bachelor is the fact that there's so many different backgrounds. So like it also applies when we're doing project group because we have so many different educational backgrounds. So you might be coming from IB or you might be coming from STX and you get to bring and put that all into the group work. So it's really nice in that sense.
Blue frame with white text reading, what about the future?
I've volunteered in so many different organizations and activities because I love dealing with people, and I know that it's something that I'm gonna wake up with a smile on my face because I'm gonna be so happy doing what I'm doing. So definitely working with people, at least for the next upcoming years. It's 2 years of my master's and then later on human resource management position for sure.
Applying for jobs wasn't that difficult. Normally I would want to work in like a logistics company. My dad is somewhat in that area and I've already applied to quite a bit. Or, with my political line, work in an embassy, maybe the Chinese embassy, or like, over there in China.
I also have 2 more years in global development studies. And like, there are so many places you could go. And a lot of them, like, I would love to work at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, for example, or a ministry in general, because from what I know, their structure is quite similar to the way that I work now in it's these independent, high-level expert groups. I know that's a fancy title, but like, just being able to be a task force and like work with problems and solving them and like getting the result.
Blue frame with white text reading. Are you interested in politics, sociology, economics, or international development? Study International Bachelor in Social Sciences. The film ends with the blue frame and the logo of Roskilde University.